Alright, okay folks, I'm just popping back, well I'm popping out to the shop, and just before I leave I thought I'll just straighten out those panels and I'll put this bloody aerial thing back in, aerial mast, which one-handed is a beast of a job. Straighten up panels, there we go. It won't, you know, this time of year doesn't make too much difference, but it's all adds up, it's all worthwhile. Yeah, just off to the shop. So what day is it today? Right, let's think this through. There's the other side of the basin. I'll show you over there. There's one boat down there, so I don't think anyone's on there. Don't think anyone's on this boat behind me, but a boat just entered half an hour ago, so there might be someone down there. There's my dear friends on Imogen and Kiriana, which I've seen no signs of life. The guy was on there all the time when I was here about a week or so ago, so I don't know what's happened, but not there now. So anyway, method in the madness as ever, right? That's just a lovely sight, isn't it? Look at this. This is kind of, that's the original stone. I'm not saying that from certain knowledge, but it sort of has to be. From 240 or something years ago, the original stone. Oh, there's a couple of other odd boats down there that I didn't see. They must, I think a couple of them came in this morning, or perhaps since. It was pretty windy still this morning, but it's gradually eased off. So I'm going to move the boat tomorrow. Definitely going to move tomorrow. I like this place. Genuinely, it is lovely. It's really nice, but there's bugger all here. There's like one pub, the Navigation, and okay, yeah, like there's Tesco, perhaps 2/3 of a mile up here or something. Feels like more when you walk it, but of course you've got your facilities here. You know, I mean, just walked over the bridge there to get rid of a bag of rubbish last night, which was brilliant, you know, super convenient. How many times are you going to be in that position? I'm just looking, I thought I could see a boat down there. How many times as a boater have you got a bin 200 yards away? Not very often. Anyway, I won't have for very long. So, yeah, I've done Bugsworth Basin, you know, so I want to move on to New Mills, and also a chance to catch up with Di and Dave, who are up there, ensconced up there. I was going to move today, but it was cold and windy this morning, and as usual, I bottled out. But I'm going to the shop now, because at New Mills, they don't have a big supermarket, that I could see, anyway. It's possible there's one there. But what supermarkets there are, they will have one. They will have one. I've not done my homework properly. Anyway, what supermarkets are there, and in fact pubs as well, are a bit of a hoof. Like it's about half a mile to everything. Whereas the Navigation here is a few hundred yards away. At New Mills, the canal is kind of on the outskirts of town. So you've got it's not a massive walk. It's less than a mile. But you know, yeah, I'm still not desperately keen. So anyway, so I figure, whilst the shop is only half a mile away, I ought to get some shopping in, like the heavy things. So I could do with stocking up on beer. I think I'm okay for other stuff. I got some stuff at Whaley Bridge, like emergency rations. Honestly, I've got enough emergency rations for like last out a nuclear winter, I think. In fact, I'm sure much of it will have perished. Some of it I will have bought like 2 years ago and been stuck in the back of a cupboard. Anyway, that's another story. So I thought, yeah, let's stock up while it's a short walk. Obviously, I need to come out anyway. I've been video editing this morning. Oh, very naughty. Didn't get round to doing the washing, the clothes washing. So I'm going to come back here to do that. Perhaps in a week or so, I will come back here. So for now, just to the shops, stretch my legs. It's a lovely walk along the towpath, as you can see. There's the fallen tree that so many kind people have tried to warn me about. Like, there's someone coming in my direction now, so I'm kind of going to have to shut up shortly. Here's look, one of the canal side cottages is for sale. That would be so expensive. I might look it up out of interest. Jordan Fish. Actually, that was a different name on the other side, wasn't it? Gascoigne Helmet. Anyway, that's two sites to look at, isn't it? I don't know whether I'm going to find it. I suspect they're expensive. These are not going to be cheap. It's a really nice location. Really quiet, apart from the foot traffic. In the summer, I hear it's busy, and it certainly is at weekends now. This is a busy little path, because so many people want to walk down to the basin and disport themselves with their dogs and their children and so on. It's super popular, but apart from that, still lovely location. So it's a couple anyway, it's not just one. Right, the dog's coming towards me. Hopefully he sort of senses that I'm okay, and he won't be scared of me or anything, or aggressive. Hello. Now, I don't know what was going on there, but the woman never even looked at me. It's a bit unusual that, I don't know what's going on. But you do find people do say hello. I'm just realising I'm contradicting what I said a couple of weeks ago when I arrived and no one said hello to me. People will say hello, right? But I feel like people will say hello, but they're not effusive about it. I'm saying effusive far too often here, but they're just not fulsome. They're not fulsome in their greetings. It almost feels grudged, and I don't want to sound unfair saying that. That's the way it sort of feels a little bit. Anyway, there's one in front, so I'm whispering. So, right, so the other reason why I'm staying tonight in the basin, leaving tomorrow, is because Ian and Jeannie will be here tonight as well. So I might pop over a quick drink on their boat. Right, so we're nearly there now. I think I did this in the dark, but that's what it looks like in daylight. There's a lower level to this down there. We're up on a sort of embankment of some sort. And over on the other side, there's Tesco, of course, the Holy of Holies. Actually, it's not, is it? Waitrose is that, in terms of retail. Anyway, so I think I was being a little bit unfair to the people sort of around here, I think, and up in Disley and wherever it was I was complaining. Nobody was saying hello to me. Because when I think about it, back on the Llangollen, getting the old rose-tinted spectacles off and everything. If I was walking through the streets of Ellesmere, say, or Whitchurch, people weren't nodding hello down there. It was more It was more, I'm just sorry, I got distracted. 2 kids were running past, jogging or something, I don't know. Here we go, let's watch out here. Yeah, gotta shut up again. There's a guy. So I've got to sort of watch where I'm going because it's downhill cobbles, a bit sketchy. So, yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to say that I think I've been a little bit unfair because around the town, nobody's saying hello, you know. You'd be doing it all the time. There's a practical limitation to the number of times you can greet strangers, you know. Imagine in London. So, the difference is on the towpath, out on the towpath, like I've been here, people sort of did, just watching the mud, people did say hello more often than they do here. But maybe it's the towpath is so close to the town, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether to feel disappointed and aggrieved, I think is what I'm driving at. So I'll reserve all my aggravation, aggrievement, whatever it is. I shall reserve it. It is what it is anyway, you know, they're just different sorts of people. All, you know, all towns are different, and their inhabitants, so. And as I say, just because people don't greet you fulsomely and smile and all that, all the time, it doesn't mean they're sort of antisocial. It's just a local culture. So I'll shush now. Fix the camera. Let's see. Oh, right, well, on the way back from Tesco, and it's still light, so I'm not worried about strange noises in the woods. I mean, I wasn't anyway. I'm being dramatic as usual, but it was slightly unnerving. You know, if I'm being honest, slightly. There was some racket going on last night, but of course it was the wind. Anyway, it's a bit sad this, because this is the last time I'll do this walk. From the junction there near Tesco, there's the shallow water sign. From the junction near Tesco, from actual Tesco in fact, up to Buggy Basin, as I now call it. Being a true boater, that's what we true boaters call it. So yeah, a bit sad really, because it's just a lovely little place. I woke up in the middle of the night last night, but it was quite turbulent, like Storm Jocelyn was in full flow, or whatever the word is. And so it was a bit naughty. Now what I mean, that was Brummy, wasn't it? The first was Cockney, second was Brummy. It was a bit naughty. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyway, I don't know why I always sound sort of retarded when I do a Brummy accent. That's just the thing that people say, isn't it? I've met many of them, and they were pretty, you know, bit of a sad bunch if I'm being honest, you know. I'm only saying that, right, because it's possible that one of my Brummy ex-colleagues might watch this and be outraged. That's why I'm doing it. I actually like Brummies. So anyway, whatever, where are we at? Right, yeah, so last time I'll be doing this walk. Here's the little row of cottages there, and the one for sale. For a while anyway. Now, the future is uncertain, but not in the normal sort of metaphysical, you know, thing. In that sense, the future is uncertain in the sense that this canal, or the Macclesfield Canal this leads onto, is still currently blocked. And we get an update in about a week, to tell us when it will reopen. Now, they could say it will be another 2 months. I'm just checking behind me because I saw someone with a dog, and no, it's alright. Most people walk fast and be. So there's no facilities on this canal, no, to get rid of rubbish. There's water points, which is okay. Limited LSAN points and limited rubbish points. It's only here and the top of the Bosley flight of locks. So, and that's it's miles, it's a few days, probably 3 days taking it easy, which obviously I'm going to. Hang on a second. So here's the view down there. Look at that. There's a little slope. That's somebody's garden down there with stone buildings, like a shed. I say a shed, it's more like somewhere where you can sit in the sun in the summer or whatever. But it's a garden, and it looks like it obviously belongs to this rather grand house here. This is a lovely place, this. Now this would have cost big money. Those cottages would cost a few quid. This is expensive here. I mean, this is minimum $500,000, isn't it? God knows what it would cost in the south of the country. Minimum $500,000. Could be like this is £1 million house because of its location and its land. So if you look over there. So that guy just walked past. He just walked past and saw me like talking to myself, so I waved the mini camera around to make it obvious that I wasn't mad. Not sure if it worked. Look at that lovely lamppost with 4 lights there. That probably will be genuine salvage from genuine Victorian, I'll bet. Someone who can spend enough money on that house will have a genuine article, I would guess. Anyway, right, I can hear the dog walkers behind me now. Right, I've been told to watch out, so I'm going to have a little recce. Oh, and there's a little office open over there. Hello. The CRT office is open. Now the problem is, right, my problem here is that I was here 2 weeks ago today. So technically me being here today counts as an overstay. And now it's not worth it. I was going to go in. I was going to go into the, whatever this is, it's a sort of a CRT tourist office, public liaison information, thing. They're not the enforcement people. It won't be where it's an aerial view. It won't be where the spotter lives, I don't think. So there'll be no official purpose that I can, that's any use to me, basically. So there's no point. I was going to go in and say, guys, listen, is it okay if I won't get into trouble, will I, for being here an extra day? That's the question. But if they're not enforcement, I'll be there for like an hour. And, but then again, I could ask. I think it's worth asking. Excuse me, madam, I'm sorry to bother you. I've just got a quick question. I'm on a boat over here. Yeah. So I'm a little bit worried that it might be classed as like I've been overstaying or something like that. You'll be able to see I'm in this green boat. Right. Oh, actually, you can't see me. I'm on the edge here. Side, yeah. See you when I got some water before. Yeah, so. Don't worry about it. But I'll be clearing off tomorrow. Morning.
again, so
brill.
that's okay again.
But yeah, no, I just thought, I don't know whether you are the guys that do this or what, but I thought, while I'm passing.
We don't do the check-in, worry about it.
Nice one. Nice one. Well, thanks very much for your help, Mo. You take care. Bye for now. Right. Anyway, so what I was going to say, Dave and Di got in touch a bit earlier on with their usual trying to take the mick, but of course they're hopeless at it. They can't do it like a Scouser, you know, amateurs really. But they said there's a guy in a boat, and I'm not going to describe it, but a recognisable boat has been harassing his fellow boaters in this area when people have been running engines, even during the day when it's permitted. He's been cutting their ropes and throwing just basically a bit of minor vandalism on their boats. I say minor, a rope is 30 quid, so you know, not that minor if two of them are cut. Anyway, so they said have a look at these at Bugsworth Basin, and I'm happy to report that he doesn't seem to be. So yeah, I'm not going to come straight back now that I've spoken to Mo over there. Just checking the bilge pump isn't, that's working. Now that I've spoken to Mo, I sort of promised that I was leaving tomorrow, because I was kind of tempted to sort of stick around a little bit, you know, for another couple of days, but there's no point. I'd rather get up to New Mills, I'd rather make a move, so that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, so tonight, right, I've been invited over for a couple of beers on Imogen with Ian and Jeannie, yeah, you know, I'll have to get the hairstyling team fired up in action and start bathing in ass's milk or whatever the Egyptian royalty used to do to get ready. Right.